Hey guys, Nick here, and welcome back to another Supergirl episode review. My thoughts on tonight's episode of Supergirl, and I gotta say, this was an episode that I really wasn't thrilled about. Watching the episode, I was kind of fading in and out. It wasn't a bad episode by any means. It's just one of those. To me, overall, it just felt like another filler episode. And when you're a show that's 23 episodes, I mean, you're gonna have those kinds of episodes, and I try to find the positives in those kinds of episodes. It's not always easy, but this episode, I just feel like over. I mean, in my opinion, even though it's kind of a boring, slow movie kind of episode, I did feel that there's some positives to be said about it. Um, so in this episode, I feel like the things to me that worked. Um, Overall, I think just Alex and Kara's relationship, starting out the episode with them, like being, all buddy buddy like that. I mean, they're sisters, so I've always liked seeing that in the show. It's definitely a positive in the show. That's always been, like my big thing about making the show a little more relatable. Seeing Hank Henshaw doing God knows what, and with Hank Henshaw, there's been theories rumbling around. Is he Martian Manhunter or is he Cyborg Superman? At this point, I don't even freaking know. Like I've given up trying to find out who and what Hank Henshaw even is. Um, I want to know, but I give up trying to find out. It's kind of like with Harrison Wells and the Flash last year. Like I had no idea. I just didn't know. I stopped trying to guess what was going on. Him, and then actually, even though the character herself came off a little stereotypical, seeing Lucy Lane, the little bits that we got. It's just more about her trying to win James back, and I do like the angle of that she is trying to be friendly with Kara, and then it's not just creating. I mean, obviously it's creating a stupid love triangle, which I something again I've gone on in the past about, which I think is something I really don't care for. Um, I do like seeing that, that there's not some stupid drama going on. I mean, this isn't the CW, but still, I mean, I just don't like seeing that kind of stuff. So seeing that was actually kind of nice. Maxwell Lord, really cool, interesting character. Um, like the twist at the end of the episode where you find out that he was one responsible. Anyone who's read a comic or at least familiar with the DC universe, we all know Maxwell Lord is not who he says he is. He's an asshole. He's the bad guy. So when I found out that the villain who was actually one of my biggest problems in the episode up until I found out, um, Maxwell Lord is again, I wasn't surprised at all. He's trying to find out more about Supergirl. He's trying to figure out who she is, how she, whatever her limits are, so he can try to stop her. And again, this is all stuff that I just, it's not something I didn't see coming. I mean, it was all very predictable to me. And that's just not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just like, it didn't shock me when I found out. Um, and I mean, overall, and then the whole thing with seeing, like Kara trying to take care of Cat Grant's son. And I guess like it's funny because like that was the actor who played Peter Pan in that like that Peter Pan movie that just bombed a few weeks ago. It was kind of funny because like he looked so young in that, and then he was in the show and he's like a year or two older, and she just looks like a teenager now. I honestly could have kind of done without him. I mean, overall, I don't know. This episode was pretty cut and dry to me. Wasn't the best episode by any means, but it wasn't a bad episode really. I did. I just like seeing Kara out there and doing more superheroics and stuff like that, and people cheer for her. Something I feel like we waited like 10 years for in Smallville. With me being the Superman fan that I am, I waited. Well, I watched Smallville for 5 years, but I watched 10 seasons of the show. So, overall, not a bad episode, but not a great episode. I'm really looking forward to how they handle Red Tornado next week. And to be honest, it's funny because like this was the episode that was originally supposed to air last week, but because of the Paris bombings and stuff like that, they pulled the episode and they postponed it to this week. And last week they put the live wire episode. That's why like I understand why they did it, but overall, the whole bombing thing, it's just I don't know. Would people have gone off about it? Maybe, probably, but I just feel like chronologically, it didn't really work for me. It's just I understand why, but it kind of took me out of it because like I know that like the episodes weren't like in chronological order. So starting next week they will be. But yeah, that again something that kind of took me out of it. I'm just really looking forward to the upcoming episodes, seeing more of Kara's aunt and seeing Red Tornado, even though he looks really ridiculous. And that's another thing too. So watching the show, I'm like, okay, like this show's cheesy, but I mean it's like a believable kind of cheesy, you know. But God, Red Tornado looks awful. He does it. I feel like this show is like, oh well, you know, Marvel just had Vision and Avengers, right? We just do something that looks like Vision, but you only need to pay like $100 for the costume. Let's do that. You know, Red Tornado just looks so bad. He's so bad. I couldn't believe that I was an android to save my life. Maybe he looks better in the show compared to pictures, you know, because pictures, you know, don't always convey what are trying to be shown, you know. But I don't know, that just to me, Red Tornado just looks awful. So hopefully it's better than I'm hoping it is. So overall, again, it's not the best episode, not the greatest episode by any means, but yeah. I think yeah. So I think overall that's just gonna be it for me, guys. Pretty short review here. If you guys like what you see here, go ahead and hit subscribe below. I review Supergirl, Flash, and Arrow every week. I just reviewed the new Netflix show Jessica Jones. I just uploaded that last night. That's up on my channel. I did trailer reviews. I'm gonna be reviewing Star Wars when that comes out. You guys are gonna check that out. And yeah, if you guys just like comic movies and stuff in general, I have all those kinds of reviews up on my channel. You guys want to check those out too. And yeah, so that's gonna be it from me, guys. So until next time, have a good one.